Hey guys, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome back to another card making video. So today we're going to be making an Easter card without using any Easter stamp sets or paper. So I'm going to be showing you how to trim, if you want to, your stamps in order to have like a grouping of stamps. We're going to trim this one. This is from the We Must Celebrate stamp set. This cute little Bonnie, we're going to use him for Easter, and I want to cut them apart. Now you could mask and stamp and all that if you want to, but I'm a little impatient and I need to work quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to cut mine. I'm also going to be using the grass die cut from the Picnic With You, along with the largest and the next to largest stitched shape framelits, the circles. So we're going to make a card. So before we get started though, I want to show you how to trim your stamps. Now you can do this with photopolymer or cling stamps, and the main thing to note is you need a really good sharp pair of scissors, ones that are strong. You're not going to want to use your paper snips. You know, you don't want anything that you use to cut ribbon. You want something that's a little bit more industrial strength. I love these scissors from Tim Holtz. They will cut through wire, they will cut through foam, they will cut through almost everything. So I keep a pair of these around. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of fold your stamp over, and what you want to do is just make sure you cut in between the images. Now this one's a little bit more difficult because of where they are, but I want to make sure that I don't get the hand of the bear. Is that a bear? So I just cut it just like that, and if you want to stamp them together again, all you have to do is put them together on the block. So now we have the cute little bunny. I'm going to trim around him. So same way. And again, you don't have to do this, but I find that sometimes I have a habit, not really a habit, but I tend to get ink on the surrounding rubber. And if I take most of it off, then it's normally not an issue. And I know some of you are cringing because you're like, not the stamps, but it really is fine. They still stamp the exact same way. You can still use them all together like I mentioned. It's just, it gives you a little bit more, number one, it kind of saves you some time. It eliminates messes. I tend to find that when I do stamping that involves masking, I always make a mess, and you guys know me, I'm messy as it is, not on purpose. It's not like yeah, I'm so messy, woo-woo. It's like, bah, why I gotta be so messy? So anyway, now that we're done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my card layer. Base is what I should have said. So I am gonna be using a piece of Bermuda Bay. This is my card base. It measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2. This is my favorite type of card base because number one, it's easier to photograph, and number two, I just like top folding cards. I just prefer it. So let's get some glue. This is a Whisper White inside card layer. I always do my inside layers at 1/4 inch smaller, so this is 4 by 5 1/4. Someone mentioned that I use too much glue. I know, I use a lot of glue because I sell my creations, and sometimes they go long ways. And I just want to make sure that there's no issues with it pulling up, etc. I'm going to be using 2 pieces of the Bubble and Fizz Designer Series paper. This is one of the items that you can earn free from Celebration. You guys saw me use this heart pattern for an entire week of Valentine's Day cards, and I'm going to be pulling in this pattern. Now, this to me can be masculine or feminine. You know, if you assign gender colors or whatever, this could be either. So I thought it worked perfectly. Plus, I love the stripes. So I'm just going to adhere the layer together. So this measures 4 by 5 1/4. You could obviously use the stars, but I really like the stripes. Plus it brings in a bit more of that calypso coral. I apologize if you can hear my heater in the background, but I'm cold. I don't want to turn on the house heater because it's easier to heat up my little room than it is to try to heat up an entire 2,400 square foot house. You guys know what I mean? And then I'm going to bring in my shimmer ribbon. I'm telling you guys, I'm obsessed. Obsessed. I thought about actually using that picnic basket and putting like the bunny in the basket, but that basket's pretty big. Pretty big in comparison. I miss our little stamp and die set from last year. That was so cute. Maybe we'll get another cute one next year. I mean, I don't send Easter cards, and I know not very many people do, or if you do, you know, you send them to grandkids, nieces, and nephews and stuff, so. There are some beautiful stamp sets in the Occasions catalog for Easter if you want something a bit more religious. There's also that baby bunny, I think it's what it's called. Those are just not those photorealistic stamps just don't appeal to me, but that doesn't mean they don't appeal to someone else. And that's the great thing about Stampin' Up! Is that you can find something for everybody. So if your style is more whimsical, like this stamp set or the one I used on Tuesday, the Miss Some Magic, then you have, you know, something floral like I used yesterday. You have vintage ones, you have ones that you can color, ones that require no coloring. So it really is, you know, you really are able to find something for you. So yeah. Don't forget, you can head over to the coordinating blog post, which will be linked down below, to print the recipe that gives you all the measurements along with the supply list. You can check out my specials for March, and don't forget that you can get signed up for the birthday kit. You really don't have to sign up, you just have to make a purchase using that hostess code. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the middle. Just like that. All right, so now we have an oval, so let me stamp him again. What did I think of that? I don't know. But I'm glad I did at some point. I also die cut the largest oval glimmer paper. Perfect. All right, so let's get this adhered. Just gonna add some glue. Give that a second to dry. Close this up before we have a mess on our hands. Okay, so I am going to adhere those two together using Fast Fuse, which has since been retired. But if you love it, actually the Tombow Extreme Adhesive, like Christina Warner uses all the time, Stampin' Up! Had just private labeled it. So you can get this at wherever you can find Tombow Extreme. It's the same. So, but again, like I mentioned yesterday, you could also use our tear and tape. You just need something that is strong enough to hold something against the glimmer paper. Oh my word, that's so cute! All right, I'm gonna cut off like right here. So you have grass on either side. Oh, I really like that. Oh yeah, it's so cute. I'm gonna take my powder pink pirouette, blushing bride, one of the three. And I'm gonna color his ears and his little nose. He's Easter Bunny, and he's magical, so he needs a little Wink of Stella. I'm gonna add it to the grass. And if I was thinking, I should have cut this grass out of the glimmer paper, but I wasn't expecting to do all this. All right, I'm gonna add this with dimensionals. I hate peeling off the backers of dimensionals. I think it's my least favorite job besides cleaning up. I don't like to do that either. I'm a messy crafter. I know many of you guys said you're messy crafters too. You guys have seen my design process. I design on the fly sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna adhere this like right here. Oh my word. So cute, because I want to add a bow. So I'm just gonna try to tie this ribbon into a pretty bow. I'm gonna cut the tails. Don't let me down by the beetles stuck in my head, y'all. Oh no, how did I twist it? Oh no, what happened? This is why I don't typos on camera. I can't do it. Big fat fingers. You guys can't even see me because I have big fat fingers and I need it right in front of my face. There we go. That will have to do me. So I'm gonna bring in some glue dots. Probably put 3. I feel like the bunny is like, give me something to hold. I'm not holding anyone's hands. So we'll give him a couple of little round eggs. They're magical eggs. Maybe they're not oval until he throws them. I don't know. All right, guys. That's it. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for all the lane swerves, but I love it when I get a little bit of inspiration when I'm in the middle of crafting. That's the great thing about crafting. There are no rules. You can go with the flow. Feel free to change it up. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect the first time, because as long as you get there in the end, that's all that matters. Speaking from experience, as you well know. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for leaving all your comments. I have loved reading them. If I don't get yours answered, I'm trying to at least give everyone a heart. So thank you so much. Now I will see you guys tomorrow for one last video for this week. Bye for now.